Hi, I'm Liz from Lizzie's Fresh Coffee. Do you wonder what it takes to make great coffee at home? Do you find you come up short on your home brewed coffee's flavor, but you just don't know why? Are you ready to improve your coffee skills? I'm going to share with you 5 key tips to guarantee you a fantastic cup of coffee at home, no matter what brew method you use: espresso, drip, pour over, or press pot. Tip 1. Buy fresh, high-quality coffee. Coffee has one ingredient: coffee! You just simply can't skimp here. The quality and freshness count. If you buy your coffee in a ginormous bag from the Bulko Mart in the same aisle you buy your toilet paper from, you'll never be satisfied with the flavor. Specialty grade coffees are the highest grade, but within this, they're still so-so and fantastic, so you have to do your research. Find a coffee roaster that roasts top quality beans, is attentive in their roasting, and who always prints the roast date on the bag. Experiment with different origins, blends, and roast degrees offered to find the flavor profile you enjoy most. Ideally, you have your coffee in 1 to 3 days after roasting, and you use it in 1 to 2 weeks' time. Only buy what you need for 1 to 2 weeks. If you buy old coffee, you can't expect it to knock your socks off, no matter where it comes from. Tip 2. Store fresh coffee correctly. Now that you've purchased those awesomely fresh, aromatic, and flavorful beans, how do you store them? Know the enemies and keep them away. Light, air, moisture, and heat will attack your coffee's freshness and destroy the joy in every sip. Keep those away from your precious beans and you're golden. To do this, store at room temperature in an airtight, opaque container away from any heat source. Right on your countertop or pantry are perfect. Never store your daily supplies in the refrigerator or freezer. And yes, you can absolutely store your fresh coffee in the bag if it's a foil bag with a one-way degassing valve. Just be sure to roll and secure the top down to keep away coffee enemies. Tip 3. Grind coffee right before brewing. Here's the reality. The minute you grind your coffee, it loses flavor. This is because all those chambers in the coffee bean trap the coffee's flavorful oils, soluble solids, and aromas under pressure. As soon as you grind your coffee, it's ready to come in contact with the water, so you get all that good stuff in your cup. So if you're trying to get the most out of your coffee's flavor, purchasing pre-ground coffee, whether in a bag, can, or pod, is not recommended. Grind your coffee right before brewing and only grind what you need. The best type of grinder to use is a burr grinder because it produces the most consistent and exact grind. Blade grinders are the worst because they produce what I like to call boulders and dust. When the grind is consistent and sized appropriately to the brew method, you get the best flavor. If the grind is random, the taste will also be random, bitter or weak, or different from day to day. Adjust your grind for the type of brew method, and I'll share that with you next. Tip 4. Know the basics of good brewing. Each brew method is a little different, but the same basic rules apply no matter how you brew. First, use fresh, clean, filtered water. If the water you use tastes like old tires, so will your coffee. Second, the general temperature range of water for brewing should fall between 195 and 205 Fahrenheit. Too cold and the coffee can taste weak and watery. Too hot and the coffee can taste burned or bitter. Third, weighing your coffee is the most accurate, but a tablespoon measure is okay. A tablespoon of coffee weighs about 7 grams, so I'll give you some measurements for brewing. For drip, use 1.5 tablespoons of medium ground coffee per 6-ounce cup in a 6-minute brew time. For pour over, use 1.5 tablespoons medium fine ground coffee per 6-ounce cup in a 3-minute brew time. For press, use 1.5 tablespoons coarser ground coffee per 6-ounce cup in a 4-minute brew time. And finally, espresso, 1 tablespoon, which is about 7 to 9 grams of coffee per 1-ounce shot in a 20 to 30-second brew time. The taste will be directly affected by the amount of coffee you use and the degree of grind. Tip 5. Know how to drink your coffee. Not much explanation here. Apply lips and slurp. But do remember that brewed coffee begins to lose its optimal taste moments after brewing, so only brew as much coffee as you'll be drinking. Pour your brewed coffee into a warmed cup and drink it while it's nice and hot. The flavors of each coffee will actually change during the cooling process, so you'll notice your coffee's characteristics evolving as it becomes cooler in the cup. If you want to brew more to have that extra cup on a Saturday morning, the best option is to pour the extra brewed coffee into a warmed, insulated thermos or carafe and enjoy it within the next 45 minutes. That's it! Now you've got 5 helpful tips to improving your coffee sipping at home. I'm Liz from Lizzie's Fresh Coffee, and I hope this helps you make your coffee at home great.